Hi everyone. Because Memorial Day is coming up in a couple weekends, I thought we would do something patriotic and something that we typically see on maybe Memorial Day or 4th of July. And we're going to be painting fireworks. And this is a really fun way to do it. There's a couple ways that we have painted fireworks in the art room, but this way is a lot of fun. What you're going to need is a tray. This is a baking tray that I have. I happen to have a small one. You could use a cookie sheet. You're going to need shaving foam. You're going to need, if you have a popsicle stick, and you probably don't, so if you don't have popsicle sticks, you can use a piece of cardboard, like maybe a piece cut like a rectangle from an old cereal box or something like that. And you're going to need food coloring. So now for the lesson video, I'm using gloves because I have to be able to have clean hands at some point. But you don't have to use gloves. I typically don't. I'm just doing it because of the video. So the first thing you're going to do is put out your shave foam. And I'm going to, and this is I have a small tray here. So I'm filling up the whole thing. You don't have to fill up a whole thing. You can fill up just the size of your paper that you're going to be printing on. So I forgot to mention, you need paper too. All right, so now I have this, and I'm just going to take my hand and flatten out the foam so it looks like frosting. You probably want to do this in the kitchen because you're going to want to rinse your hands after this. All right, so I've got it looking pretty good. There's a little hole over there. All right, so this is actually your printing surface. So see how my hand gets a mess. So I'm just going to take this glove off. I forgot to mention the other thing you're going to need is a toothpick. So hopefully I have brought one over, and I didn't. Hang on, I'm going to go get a toothpick. All right, got my toothpick. All right, so now we're going to do the paint part, and we are using food coloring as our paint. That works just as well. If by some chance you had liquid watercolor, that's what you would use, but food coloring works just as well. So I'm going to put down some dots of food coloring. And it doesn't matter what colors you use. I've started out with red and blue, but whatever you want your firework color to be, it's completely fine. And I will have some maybe yellow over here. And I'll do a purple one here. Now purple in my watercolor is a pretty strong color, so I don't need that. Now, you're probably wondering, how is this going to look like fireworks? That's where your toothpick comes in. You're going to take this, and you're just going to start in the center and pull out. You're like making that burst. And probably a good idea to have maybe a napkin nearby, toweling, to wipe your toothpick on because it gets loaded up with the foam. So I'm just going to wipe that here, and I'm just going to keep going around. Okay, and you just don't know how it's going to all end out. So make sure you do a bunch of those, we'll call them bursts. That's what I'm doing, making these lines coming out. Make sure you do a bunch. Oops, sorry about that. Move the camera. And you really can't go wrong with this because basically anything you do is going to look great. All right, come back over here. Now, you probably want to do a couple of these prints, these paintings of fireworks, and be sure to save them because I am going to show you what you can do with them. They're going to become a background for something that we make. All right, I think I'm ready. So there is my fireworks. Now to get my fireworks onto paper. So I'm going to take my sheet of paper and I'm going to gently press it in. And I want to press it wherever I had put those fireworks. And if you can almost notice, I'll lift this up, you can see, maybe you can't in the camera, that the fireworks, you can see the painting coming through already. So I'm just going to give this a nice rub. Now I'm not pressing really hard. I don't want to press down where my hand touches the bottom of the pan. All right, for this part, I'm going to put my gloves back on because I'm going to be making a mess again in just a few minutes. So I'm going to just lift this up and see what does it look like. Okay, maybe a little bit more of a press over here. And oh, I'm going to peel this back. And you're probably thinking, uh-oh, this looks a mess. I've messed up my painting. Don't worry. See how it looks messy here? And notice it's kind of funny. This has never happened to me before. Usually this is all covered with foam, but the foam didn't stick there. No worries. I'm going to take my popsicle stick, or you might take a piece of cardboard, and it's just like you're shaving. Now you're going to shave away that foam, and I just put the foam right back into the tray that I used. Doesn't that look cool? Shaving foam and food coloring. So here is my fireworks, my firework paper. They'll all come out a little bit different. This is the one that I did before the video, so they all come out pretty amazing. I really like it. So I want to show you, I'm going to set these aside, and I want to show you the mess that my tray looks like right now. So here's my tray, and let's say, hey, I want to make another piece. How do I do this? Well, you can smooth this back out again, add more shave foam to the top, and then start again. Now you'll probably pick up some colors that you originally used, but that's okay. Remember, whatever you do, save the papers, because we're going to be adding something to this picture next week. Okay? So stay tuned. Have fun.